What's up everybody, my name is Lunchbox and today I'm going to talk a bit about Elite Dangerous. It's currently one of my favorite games to play and over time has slowly nudged its way into my list of all-time favorite games. In its current state, to say the size of the game is massive could be somewhat of an understatement. It is literally on the galactic scale and yet it's still growing and evolving. Not outward, but inward, adding depth and enhancing gameplay. With that in mind, breathing life into the entire Milky Way galaxy might be difficult, right? Well, when the playstyle of your player base is nearly as varied as the scenery in the Elite universe, it may be even tougher than you think. Recently, Frontier have reached out to the community for suggestions on the future of Elite Dangerous, and well, I had a handful of ideas myself. And even though my list is a bit hastily put together, I've tried to organize it as best I could, and I've settled on 3 categories: employment, personalization, and immersion. None of these are guaranteed to be awe-inspiring ideas, but it's my hope that at least 1 or 2 are interesting enough to merit further discussion. I was going to bring up the current state of the AI system, but I think I'll just wait to see what happens there. As I said earlier, with a wide range of players, it's difficult to please everyone. Personally, I'm currently choosing to gear up my ship to suit my needs. If the AI are too easy, I'll reduce the shield strength or hull armor until it starts to feel tough again. This, of course, is just so I don't have to wait for a certain level of difficulty in the AI, and in my opinion, not the best long-term solution. So let's start off with employment. It would seem that all of inhabited space, from the smallest groups to the largest governments, and even their military forces, rely solely on freelance pilots to get the work of the galaxy done, and there's no real sense of loyalty beyond the predetermined amount of credits. Which brings me to steady work, from corporations and groups or corporate contracts. Contracts could be offered by difficulty and length of service. There could be a work reputation system that could impact your work options. It could also determine any positive or negative consequences, such as bonuses, benefits, or even getting fired or refused work. And that reputation could be shared with any communicating groups. Military employment. Much like the previous idea, but with docking on capital ships, and mission deployment from the capital ships. You could accept a mission contract and be required to meet at a location, possibly in a military system, then dock with the capital ship and travel with it to be deployed into battle. A military reputation system could also add consequences for certain actions and relationships. All starports and stations can be destroyed. This will add depth to battles. They could all have specific faults and weaknesses, and damaged orbiting starports could provide a nice rebel field to fly around for those who like flying like I do. Next we have personalization. Let's face it, any level of personalization in a game adds to the overall experience. I understand that certain things aren't in line with the sort of spacecraft, galaxy simulator idea of Elite Dangerous, such as a third-person camera, or that some things can be abused, like allowing the ability to create personal paint jobs. Though if my ship is to be my home, my lifeline, and even my very livelihood, well, I'd like to make it mine. Which brings me to alternate dashboards. You could have just a handful of dashboard ideas to choose from, like leather, various metals in various styles, or patterns and color schemes, etc. You could also do new dash items, like some of the rares, the plants and the creatures or alcohol or whatever. You could put those on the dash where the other dash items could go. I'd also like the ability to post your own missions. For an example, I could make an order for an item. I would offer well above market value per ton. I could pay the full amount up front, and players would be compensated from that money pool. You could pay a fee for ad durations. Longer duration means a higher fee, which is not refunded, but you would get back any credits that remain unclaimed at the end of the ad. Home-like ship interiors. If we get the opportunity to walk around our ships, then basically I want everything you'd need to remain human on long trips, from a living area to a place to sleep. I think it'd be nice. The ability to change your HUD color in-game. An in-game option to change your HUD color would be great, and it would add a healthy level of personality to your ship. I'd also like the ability to plot and save personal routes. I'd like to see a system that allows for the creation of custom routes that I can label and store in a menu, such as a preferred route from the bubble out to Colonia space. Lastly, we have immersion. Realism is important, and it's always good to take a break from the normal routine every now and then. I was thinking of a galactic reputation system, separate from any other reputation systems, that tracks your overall behavior on several levels. For example, if someone slaughters innocent people or engages in deadly pirating, those crimes are tracked locally. But if I were in charge of another local government, I might be cautious about allowing a known murderer or multiple felon into my system. If your rep gets bad enough, you may be followed, attacked, or even banished to anarchy systems if you get bad enough. I think that would be cool. I'd also like to see more science in exploration. For an example, I'd like to see more varied life forms, and I'd like to know more about them. I would want to see rare life discoveries and have finding this life carry more meaning. I'd also like it if life and elements could be scooped from atmospheres and soil to be refined into useful resources, or even the ability to encourage the growth of life on distant worlds. I'd also like the ability to have remote mining operations. To set up remote mining and refining operations would be cool. You could periodically collect until the site runs dry. Cabin music would be nice. Some free classical tracks or some nature sounds would be a nice touch to all that space flying. A local radio, like a combination of ship radio and local system stats, could inform pilots of a system's current state, any warnings about pirating, etc. Frontier could even show off some of the player voice talent by allowing submitted broadcasts by trusted individuals. This is similar to the idea of a news-style broadcast of the Galnet news section proposed by Vindicator Jones, which I liked. You can check out his channel for more on that. I'd also like to see better recurring races, like official races with route markers, media coverage maybe, better media coverage anyway. Contestants could win various types of prizes, from credits to paint jobs, and maybe even betting on the races would be a interesting idea. A community goal accolades page would be nice. I love the idea of Jack Station moving into deep space, so explorers daring enough to go the distance could have a chance to relax, sell exploration data, and repair their ships. So I decided to go big, and I delivered over 80,000 tons of fuel, getting into the top 10 and destroying my cutter a few times in the process, leaving me with less profit than the community goal payout. Even though the damage was my fault, I just wish I had something else to take with me. Player ships would be another good idea. You could have a manufacturer of player-designed ships with an annual release. Let's face it, there are plenty of talented people out there, and we all have an opinion. So why not vote on player-created content? It could bring a new level of community involvement, reward, and anticipation for continued gameplay. Not to mention, give the Frontier devs a bit of a break for a change. An in-game stock market could be an interesting addition. Players could buy stock in companies which have simulated prices based on player interest, raw data, and randomly generated fluctuations. Well, that's just a few ideas for now, and as I said, not all of them are amazing, and some of them may not even be possible. But perhaps a couple are worthy of further discussion, and I do encourage respectful discussion and creativity, so please comment on your favorite ideas, and feel free to share your own ideas if you wish, because you can't build anything if you hide the supplies. And that's about it, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I hope this inspired some creativity in all of you as well. My name is Lunchbox, and stay tuned because I'm not done yet.